Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. This is the random rebel, whatever the hell I called this the first time. I don't remember. I'm really terrible at giving titles to, like, things, so I don't really try that hard. It's really cheesy. I apologize. But anyway, guys, I'm here to give you this super random reading to answer the question that you saw on the thumbnail, that you saw at the intro screen. What the fuck should I do? If you've been asking yourself that question, then this is the reading for you. It is timeless. There is no specific dates on this. It's really just to simply answer that question. I'm filming this in August 2019. If you're looking at this and it is, January 2020, if it's, March 2026, that's totally cool, because the reason you're here is because of what's in the title, right? What the fuck should I do? We're going to use the we're going to use the Rebel deck to give 3 cards. You choose one of the 3 cards, 1, 2, or 3, once they're laid out, or maybe that number, one of those numbers resonates with you already. And then you're going to get some clarification with 2 additional cards from the Santa Morte deck. And yeah, we're just going to get into it and see what happens, yeah? So let's go ahead and answer that question. What the fuck should I do, huh? I'm in that predicament right now. But I kind of already know what I should do. But I was really, hit with that after I did another video. I was just like, I should do a random. And this is only the 2nd random I've ever done on my channel, so that shows you how often I get into these energies, that I get into these flows to kind of do a random reading, Alright, so let's answer the question. What the fuck should I do? What the fuck should I do? For the collective, what's the answer to that question? I want to see 3 cards. 3 potential answers for the collective, please. 3 potential answers for the collective. Good, thank you. Alright, guys, let's get it. And of course, guys, there will be timestamps in the description box, so you can jump ahead once you've decided on the card that you want, and you just go down there, figure out where in the time bar you need to slide across to get to it, okay? Let me see 3 cards, please, to answer the question, what the fuck should I do? For the collective. 1. For some reason that feels crooked. 2. Okay. And 1 more. Oh, yes, no? No, thank you. There, 2. Or 2, 3. Alright, guys. Card 1, 2, or 3. It's up there. This is straight on camera, but it's like crooked for some reason. Okay, so we got 1, 2, and 3. Card number 1, get the fuck outside, move your ass. Card number 2, shit is going down with your job. And card number 3, stop fucking whining. So if you want to know more clarification on one of those 3 cards, go ahead and, look down in the description box, hit the timestamp, jump to it, and then we'll clarify your message again with the Santa Morte deck. But of course, we're going to start with card number 1. So get the fuck outside, move your ass. Let me see clarification on that message, please. For the collective, clarification on card number 1. See information and insight into card number 1 for the collective. Last one, thank you. Oh, wow. I want 2 cards, and I got 2 cards. There you go. All right, and it came like this. So, for card number 1, let's see what's going on, guys. Get the fuck outside, move your... Oh my god, with the focusing. Get the fuck... Oh, whatever. There you go. You can kind of see it, right? Get the fuck outside, move your ass. And it says, your body is pissed at you. Your body is pissed at you. All right. To clarify that, you guys got the 8 of Swords in reverse, as well as the 2 of Swords in reverse. So, 8 of Swords in reverse, man. So, that's actually good. The card is telling you to go outside, to move your body, to get physically involved, to get physically engaged in your life. If you've been a couch potato, if you've been kind of depressed lately, wearing sweatpants for 18 hours a day, not taking a shower, not doing your hair, not getting up and eating a good meal, whatever it is, you're physically depriving yourself of the things that would make you healthy. You know, a lot of times I think we take for granted, or some of us might not even know how much diet and exercise really can affect our mood. And some of you know that reality all too well, right? Because that is actually a part of how you're biochemically designed. You know, some people more than others go through particular mood swings if they don't eat well, or their body becomes sluggish because they haven't eaten well. And so you have to maintain a certain diet. You have to maintain a certain balance with what you put into your body. Now, again, this card is saying move your body, or get outside and be active. So if it's not about, you know, your actual diet and what you're eating, again, the physical component is there. And even then, it doesn't have to be anything big, guys. You know, you don't have to go out and like hit the gym 4 days a week. Maybe some of you do. Maybe that's your lifestyle that you're used to living, and you kind of have to maintain a certain physique. Fine, great, go for it. You know, you've neglected that, go do it. But others of you, it's simply going outside, taking a walk around the block, taking a walk around your neighborhood, go down to the park, go over to, you know, the waterfront and sit in front of the water and kind of meditate a little bit, or just watch people, you know, riding boats across the water, or people that are fishing. But like, to be out in the elements is super imperative right now. This 8 of Swords in the reverse is kind of showing you that previous to this point, you have had a mental block up against this energy, or a mental block up against this as a suggestion to you. You know, when the 8 of Swords is upright, we're talking about being confined to something. We're talking about feeling stuck and sort of on a loop, kind of running on a hamster wheel in our own mind, and kind of getting really bogged down with or allowing our mental capacities to really bog us down, to really, you know, provide us with frustration against our better judgment. So you've been contemplating something, you've been ruminating on something, you've been plotting. Okay, some of you have been plotting something, so maybe that was it. You know, it doesn't have to be like something so drastic when I say plotting, because what they showed me was plotting, and then they showed me balloons. So I was like, oh, planning a birthday. So maybe they meant to use the word planning and not plotting, right? These guys, we have syntactical not interference, but we have syntactical mismatch sometimes. So maybe you've just been planning to do something. You've been planning a celebration. You've been planning someone's birthday, or planning a holiday, a vacation, whatever it is. And that can be stressful, you know, coordinating people's schedules, getting the money right, making sure that the hotel is open, and all this other kind of stuff. And that can be a headache. But now that that has kind of settled and everything is, you know, coming up to the date of actually going out into the world on vacation, or going out, maybe you're planning sort of like a group retreat, or a group like nature activity, like a hike. Like maybe you do that for a business, I don't know. But someone has been like so focused on the planning and the plotting of something, and the careful execution of something, that now that it's coming up and we're about to, quote unquote, like give birth to that moment, take the drive, take the vacation, begin the seminar, whatever you're doing, you're able to alleviate that stress. You know, the 8 of Swords is a stressful card. The 8 of Swords is a confining card. In the reverse, we've let go of that, okay? 2 of Swords in reverse as well, right next to it. So again, when the 2 of Swords is upright, we're not able to make decisions. We're kind of caught between 2 or more decisions, or 2 or more choices, and we're really unsure of which way to go. We're often blocking ourselves from it. In tandem with that 8 of Swords, presumably, again, at some point previous till now, or to now, you would have been in that indecisive mode, you know, working out the kinks and the details of a situation, waiting for people to come back, or to hear back from people, waiting for people to sign up and give you their money, so that that would definitely show that, yes, they're going to be there on that date. And so that's how many people you need for the bus or the van that you have to rent. And just like getting all the the puzzle pieces to sort of align and fit together has been stressful before now. Now that you're on the brink of having properly planned and plotted, now that you have, you know, taken a shower, thrown those sweatpants into the washer, you are ready to go out and face the world. So for group number 1, what the fuck should you do? Get outside, get some sun on your body. Okay, we're ending summer up here in the northern hemisphere. Oh, and that might work for those in the southern hemisphere. Maybe, you know, coming out of that winter blues, coming out of not having as much sunlight in your days. Now that that's going to change over for you guys, maybe now you're more ready to go outside. For those living in the southern hemisphere, for those of up here in the northern hemisphere, you know, get out there, enjoy those last days of summer. Fall's coming. Maybe you hate the heat of summer. Now that there's going to be more crisp breeze, the temperature won't be be so high. Humidity's dying down. Maybe some of you love that pumpkin spice latte. It's coming, guys. So get out there, get involved in your environment. Maybe do some community activities, volunteering, working with animals down at the animal shelter, volunteering at I don't really know what else you could do that's like nature field for volunteering. Oh, like maybe like cleaning up a park or something like that. You know, helping clear out an empty lot so that, you know, it can be used by the community to do like a communal vegetable garden, something like that. But really putting your effort into something external out in the physical world is exactly what you need for group number 1, okay? Group number 2, hello. Shit is going down with your job, according to that card. So let's get some clarification on that. What's going on with group number 2? Card number 2. I want to see some insight on card number 2, please. Excuse me, guys. Come on. Almost. Okay. I want 2, but here comes 3. What are we doing? Okay, thank you. They want me to put this one back. Or they've allowed me to put this one back. So, just for those who were wondering, that was the 7 of Swords, by the way. So, if you have any instinct into what the 7 of Swords might have meant for you, apply that. But I'm not going to read it because I was told not to. So, for card number 2, we've got Major Arcana Justice. And we've got the 9 of Swords, right? 9 of Swords. And these cards are so much bigger, so now I have to change my spacing. You move over there. You move over there a little bit. And you move right there. All right, guys. So shit's going down with your job. Hey. Reevaluate, change your perspective, or fucking quit. Reevaluate, change your perspective, or fucking quit. Okay, so Justice and the 9 of Swords. That kind of makes sense. Justice, what's fair to you guys at your job? What's going on in your workplace that isn't fair? What's going on in your workplace that isn't sitting right with you morally, or is kind of bankrupting you in some type of way? I'm feeling like this energy of feeling tapped out, of feeling like pushed to your limits. So I feel that someone's like doing a lot of time on the clock, more than they need to, more than they want to, forced to do these things, encouraged to do these things. It's insinuated that if you don't show up for these meetings, or if you don't attend this, or if you don't stay late, then there's going to be repercussions. And again, as far as I understand, that's unlawful business practice. That's unlawful practice in terms of employers coercing their employees to do things outside of normal business working hours, right? So if your job is forcing you to do more, either in capacity in terms of outside of the bounds of what your job detail is, or what you're specifically in charge of, or just simply time, I feel that that's unjust. I feel that that is possibly has a lawful implication, right? So some of you might get involved, or you're already involved in like a class action against your employer or former employer, and you know, it's really this whole reevaluate or change your perspective. I think for that group that's in the law aspect of this, again, with Major Arcana Justice, Libra also, Major Arcana for Libra, so there might be a Libra in the mix, you might be a Libra, it doesn't really matter. It's super general. It really has no impact other than to tell you what this Major Arcana is associated with. So, but for those where this is possibly like in the legal system, this evaluation, or this reevaluation, maybe the case is under review, maybe there's some type of, I forget what that's called. I'm not a lawyer. But, and some of you might be being approached like, hey, we're thinking of taking this to corporate, or we're thinking of taking this to HR, or a group of us have signed this petition, you know, whatever it is, and you're kind of weighing out your options here. Do I really want to go down that path with that group of people that are basically fighting against the man, right? Fighting against this corporate machine, fighting against the powers that be. You really have to decide where I want to say where your head is, because this is, for some of you, like your heart wants to say one thing, but I think air sign quality here associated with the Justice card, I think that this has to be a logical decision. It has to be a logical decision based off of what you need in the long term. So for some of you, that means stepping away from the class action. That means stepping away from bucking the system and trying to, fight for workers' rights or even fight for your own rights. Some of you, I got to put food on the table. I got bills to pay. My kids depend on me. I cannot afford to lose this job. I cannot afford to basically say no. Now that can be tricky because, again, that's your head speaking. That's your head, right? And I don't want to sit here and advocate that someone were to agree to a certain condition or agree to be in a certain circumstance that violates them in some type of way, okay? If you're being violated or people are being violated on the job, I would definitely, as much as your head is saying, well, at the end of the day, I have to look out for myself and my own. Yes, but at what cost? If you're being violated or people that are being violated, are being harmed or being mistreated, it becomes a little dicey. And so I feel there's this pull to go with the head. And while I can agree with that, because again, if your end goal is to take care of yourself and your family, to make sure that you are able to maintain and keep a roof over your head and do all that kind of stuff, it would be such a risk to push back on the powers that be. And in the Oracle card, it does say, change your perspective or fucking quit. Now, that again is not an easy decision to make, to walk away from a job, to walk away from secure income, right? That's a terrible, that's a terribly difficult decision to make. But there's something here where, very crucially, for group number 2 here, there's something about how the job can get you, is a means to an end, but at what cost, okay? Now, next to that Justice card, weighing out the options, seeing, considering the bigger picture, considering the bigger implications of something, it gives you this 9 of Swords energy. By the way, all swords on the board completely. So everybody who's here this reading, you're in your head a lot, okay? Regardless of the groups that have, regardless of whether you're group 2, group 1, and probably even group 3, because this is a lot swords energy. Anyway, so group 2, your second card is the 9 of Swords. So heavy rumination, heavy rumination, to the point where you might be getting headaches, you might be getting migraines, you might be just so stressed at every moment of the day. Like you see like these very, I guess they're more like rods. They're not really swords, but this head is being pricked. Oh my God, with the freaking focusing. Thank you. It's like this invasion of thought, this invasion of worry, this invasion of anxiety and feeling so enclosed, like that head is in the middle of that contraption. So there's really no freedom of thought or freedom from worry about this situation. It plagues you. It might keep you from sleeping at night and might wake you up in a cold sweat. This is some serious heavy shit. And the problem here is because justice asks for what is good in the long run, and in terms of personal justice, what preserves what I have. What gives me what I need to maintain myself and or my family and or whatever you care about, whatever you value. Because the thing about justice is it's not just about lawful justice. I feel there's also a moral component here, or a component about survival and making sure that we take care of our own is kind of also at play here. This is going to be a mixed bag. Some of you are on the side of justice for the people. Others of you are on justice for yourself, personal justice, and making sure that your table is not snatched away, or the food on your table is not snatched away. You know what I mean? So that's really difficult. That's really difficult because it's hard to have both be here. But that again kind of, for me, plays into the archetype of the Libra element of two things being present at one time, simultaneously, the duality of the situation, and being caught between making that head or heart decision, making the decision that benefits just you or benefits the whole. Or, as the Oracle says, stepping away, fucking quit, change your perspective, reevaluate, move away from the situation. If you can't make a judgment call, or you're anxious about the judgment call and you don't want to be involved in the fallout, you can always leave. Is that cowardice? Maybe, but maybe that might be the specific solution that you need, group number 2, okay? Group number 3, let's get some insight and clarity onto your card. Stop fucking whining. Let me see insight into card number 3. Give me 2 cards on card number 3. Insight on card number 3, please. 1. It's on the ground. I'll get it in a second. Okay. I didn't let it go. Hold on. No. Okay. No. Okay. There it goes. All right. They both fell on the floor here. One came like that and the other came like this. So what do we have? We've got the 2 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. This table is so tiny. Jay needs a bigger table. Stop fucking whining. It says, oh man, it says a lot. No one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change, oh my God. You have the strength to change your world, so do it. All right, guys. Okay. Stop fucking whining. No one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change your world, so do it. Perfect, actually, with what's come out. So you've got the 2 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. So listen, no one wants to hear that shit. Complaining makes you weak. Be decisive. The 2 of Wands in this deck is showing sort of that shut up, right? You've got the bandana across the face there on the guy on the left, right? And the 2 is about making a clear decision, right? Moving one way or the other. Nobody wants to sit here and hear you ruminating about something or you vocalizing all the choices and the options that you have before you. Much like this guy is holding those 2 revolvers there. Pull the fucking trigger already. Make up your mind on something. Wands also indicate some type of action. Wands are very physical, or at least dynamic, and a suit that indicates motion, right? It's not the fastest. The fastest is swords, but that's very much contained in an internal mental space. Action is not necessarily always required or even the end point of the sword suit. The Wands is putting desire and thought and consideration into actual physical action, the manifestation points, yeah? So you're in between something, or you have options in a situation. You just need to decide what the hell you want to do, right? So for you, group number 3, quit talking about it and fucking do it. If you're going to talk that talk, you need to walk that walk, right? So the idea here is to become more resolute, to really decide what you need, decide what you want, decide which way is the way you want to move, and just put your foot one in front of the other. 1 foot, 1 foot, second foot, first foot, second foot, and make that walking motion, and then build that up into a jog, and then build that up into a run, into a sprint, into a marathon, whatever you're doing, yeah? And some of you might be doing that, like deciding on, getting into a physical fitness regimen or routine, yeah? For group 3, in terms of what the fuck you should do, it absolutely is to be sort of at the helm of your own life. Stop thinking about it, stop guessing about it, stop considering it, and actually put rubber to the pavement, okay? 6 of Pentacles in reverse on that card. So some of you, I'm going to show you that in the upright just so you can get used to it. So some of you might need to be selfish here, right? We see this grandfather clock, the pendulum apparatus or whatever that is swings, right? But it's in reverse. 6 of Pentacles normally talks about, things being reciprocated and things being equal and shared. Here we have something not being shared, not being equal. So you might be making a decision on that. You might be making a decision on a situation where you feel things are not going in your favor. You're not getting back what you've put into it. So maybe you just need to walk off. Maybe you just need to leave that situation behind. Or maybe you need to confront it head on. Whatever it is, the image of the clock and it being in reverse, I feel like the time is now. Not that time has run out, not that time is not on your side. It's just we've gotten to a sort of a breaking point in this situation where, you know, something has to be moved upon. You have to make some solid decision, some physical manifestation of a decision, right? So it could just be, like I said, making a decision to start up a physical fitness routine if health and wellness is your goal. It could be deciding to end a certain relationship or end communication in a relationship. Not that these two cards in tandem are giving me that. I'm just showing, there's only two cards, guys, right? So I'm not going to be able to say specifically what we're talking about, but it's just to illustrate that maybe you end a situation because of bad communication, or you end a situation, walk away from a situation because it's just not fair to you. It's not giving you what you need in response or in return, right? But to continue to complain about it, to continue to bemoan the situation, to continue to act as if you have no way of changing your fate, bullshit. Totally, you can change it. It's just a matter of how you choose to behave, how you choose to move in this world, right? If you want to get healthier, if you want to get fit, go to the gym. If you can't afford that, go to Walmart, go to Amazon, pick up some free weights, use or do body movements around the house, do some stair squats or chair lifts and shit like that. If you're frugal, if you're cheap or you can't afford it, fine. Chair lift, squats, plank. It costs nothing to plank. You got a flat surface, the ground is always underneath you, plank your ass off, right? It's sort of so simplistic because it's a two. We're just getting away from the ace. We're still just at the beginning stages of something. So it's not this grand plan that you have to have. It really is something so simple. Left or right, up or down, forwards or backwards, you know, on or off. Usually you're choosing between two polarities. Not necessarily strictly two, but things that are simple. You either do it or you don't do it. Okay? All right, guys. That was pretty quick. I hope this has helped answer that specific question of what the fuck you should do. Hopefully you've got some insight here from these messages. So if you did, go ahead and hit the like button for me. Leave comments letting me know how this resonates. Of course, you can share the video, let other people know, hey, this kind of gave me some insight, or oh my god, I love just looking at this person's hands, or whatever the hell reason you'd want to share this with other people. And of course, you can subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Doing any and all of those things helps me out here as I continue here on YouTube, growing as a content creator, growing as a reader, so I really would appreciate it. But if you don't want to do any of that stuff, that's totally cool. Alright guys, as for this specific reading, I don't know when I'm going to do a random again. I was just really like hit with it like, what, an hour ago, and I was just like, okay, I'll do it. And so I've done it. When I'll do this again, I don't know, but of course, if you're subscribed to my channel, or if you like what I do here, you will see other things from me, the monthlies, the mids, birthday messages, and things like that. So I hope to see you guys in the future, whether it's for a random reading or something else, okay? Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Take care. Bye.